What's up, whiskey lovers? I'm the Malt activist and I am back. That's right. For some of you who might have been wondering where I've been, well, I was away getting antibodies shoved into my system. That's right. I was getting vaccinated against COVID and it was my second dose. That's right. I now have all the antibodies in my system, so COVID can go and kiss my ass. No, actually, that's not true. I still have to be super safe and wash my hands and cover my face and see who I swap whiskey glasses with. So that's what I've been doing for the last week. Hence, no videos. So, picking up from where we left off, today is day 5 of 8 of the Diageo Special Release 2020 tasting kit. And today I have with me this Mortlach, 21 years old. So Mortlach and I have a terrible history. I have yet to drink a Mortlach that I like. I'll be very honest with you. I'm just fascinated by the name Mortlach, which is so different from the other distillery names. And I first came across Mortlach, which was their 16-year-old Flora and Fauna edition. I think I have it back here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, this one, and this is quite a tasty whiskey. And so I was like, okay, let me go find myself some more Mortlachs, and I went and I did that, and oh my god, there was not a single one that I liked. I must have bought like 5, 7, 8 expressions, you know, all of them IBs obviously, because Mortlachs now they are being bottled as OBs, but before they weren't. Flora and Fauna was one of the OBs, but generally you'd find Mortlach as IBs, and honestly I didn't like any of them. And so I was like, I give up completely on Mortlach. And then about a few years ago they released like a rare old and an 18-year-old and a something, and I was like, okay, let me try it again, and I did, and again it was shit. So here we are with this 21-year-old. This is bottled in 1999 at 56.9%. This is 21 years old. Let's see what the fuss is all about. Normally I find like a acetone, spirity nose to Mortlachs. Not in this one. Is it pleasant? Might be. Bordering on pleasant, I must say. I was ready for instant dislike. Hasn't come yet. Wow. Still, you have to work for it. It's not very forthcoming. It's very understated. It's like very hard to find anything. It's almost closed. Yeah, maybe some dry fruits. Little hints of butter. I'm now getting some citrus. Wow, so this is quite nondescript if you ask me. I don't find anything like inherently wrong with it, but I don't find anything that is inherently nice about it either. I think it's gonna take a while for me to dig these flavors out. I mean, there's a lot of literature in the book that they've provided. This one that I'm talking about, actually. This one that I'm talking about. So they write a lot of things. Yeah, I agree about the dry fruits, and it says it has buttered scones and lime marmalade. I mean, now that you mention it, I don't know about the marmalade, but there's a definite citric quality to it. It says it becomes savory and meaty and retains a slight citric note. Yeah, so that's there. I don't know about the meat. I don't find the meaty aspect, though I agree it is a little savory. So, nose, At least it's not bad, which is a horrible benchmark to assign to a particular whiskey. Well, it's not bad. That's a good sign. No, that's a horrible sign. Maybe some melon drops now. Again, very nondescript. I don't find it very complex. If it translates exactly like this onto the palate, then we have yet another disappointing whiskey on our hands. If by some miracle this transforms into something exquisite on the palate, then I will be very, very surprised, and you will have been the first ones to see it. Let's see. Chin chin. Oh, it's the alcohol. Wow, okay. 56.9%, right? So, a lot of white pepper, pinpricks. Yeah, quite drying on the palate. Medium body delivery. The citric elements are there as well that I found on the nose. Wow, again, that mineral limestone, earthy quality that I'm finding as a staple in most of these releases for this year's 2020 Diageo kit. I don't know what to think. I mean, it's not bad. It's exactly what I figured it was going to be on the palate after the nose, and I was right. It's another whiskey, and I can understand why it goes into blends, because there's really nothing that sort of sets itself apart. I would never be able to guess this is a Mortlach. I might say this is, I don't know. I don't even know what I'll say this is. Again, devoid of character. I mean, if I'm being too judgy, too strong, but yeah, that's what it is, man. It's a 21-year-old Mortlach, right? So I'm sure it goes for a lot of money, and for you to spend this kind of money on a whiskey not so nondescript and so like meh, I think it's not a good thing. And so, wow. I knew this was going to be... Actually, I thought it was going to be bad, but it's not bad. It's like, I really couldn't care about it. Like, tomorrow, if this bottle broke and the dog licked it off the floor, I wouldn't feel a second's remorse, other than making sure my dog was all right. That's it. Well, that's what it looks like. Like any other whiskey in the world. I don't know who enjoys this. I don't know who sits down and says, hey, I think I'm going to buy myself a Mortlach 21, and then I'm going to sit with my friends and I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to, I don't know, what am I going to do with it? I'm not going to have a party for my friends for a Mortlach. Wow. This is like if somebody produced mannequins, from one mold, and they just kept churning them out, and they had no character, they had no look on their face. None of the mannequins were smiling or sad or angry, or they were just like indifferent, and you just kept churning them out. That's what Diageo has done with this special release. It is absolutely useless. So underwhelming. There's even bad whiskeys have character, right? Because they're bad. Like, there's something noteworthy about bad things, right? Because they're bad. They're terrible. And you're like, oh my God, that thing is terrible. But an even bigger crime is to be mundane, is to be unrecognizable. And that's what Diageo has done so magnificently with this special release. It's like mind-boggling how absolutely uninspiring these whiskeys have been so far. Yeah, I know, except for the Lagavulin 12, which is my favorite, which I said I'm going to like and which I always like, and that's because of Lagavulin. Because Lagavulin is a great distillery and I love it. And they've done some shit stuff, but you know, by and large they do some good stuff, and I love the 12 and I don't find anything wrong with it. People were saying it's ridiculously expensive for a 12-year-old. Yeah, it is. I think it is. But I'm not judging it on the price. I like I said in my last review, but that's the only one that sets itself apart from this seemingly endless parade of nondescript, uninspiring, generic, run-of-the-mill, wow, whiskeys, spirit, whatever you want to call it. Yes, so there you have it. I wasn't planning or expecting to be excited about drinking this. In fact, I was not really looking forward to it, but after drinking it, I'm like, whatever, which is still better than, oh my god, I hate it. How can you hate something that's just mundane, that just has no character, that doesn't have flaws, but doesn't have any redeeming qualities either? Nothing exceptional. Wow, such a crime to be boring. Sad. So yeah, there you have it. That's it. That's what I think about the Mortlach 21. Boring ass whiskey. Absolutely boring. Nothing to write home about. Throw it out the window. Buy something else. Whatever it is you want to do. But don't drink this. It's useless. At least don't go and buy a bottle. I mean, if somebody has it and they're willing to let you taste it, fine. Have a sip, but don't care. Okay, so there you have it. At least I got vaccinated. That's a good thing, right? So cool. So we're now 5 out of 8. That's fantastic. That means we're more than halfway through. We have 3 more whiskeys left. I'm looking forward to only one of them, the Talisker 8. Actually, you know what, the Pittyvac? I haven't tried. I've never tried a Pittyvac, so maybe it blows my mind. I really hope so. But given this current trajectory, I highly doubt it. So yes, there you have it. Thank you. Thank you for joining me for this whiskey review. I'm the Malt Activist. Until next time, peace.